What's good, everybody? It is your boy Tony the Savant back again with another one. I want to get right into this video, man, because it's gonna feel like it always feels like I'm piling on when it comes to LeBron James, and I promise y'all, I don't, man. It comes to a point where real recognize real, and I do give the man credit where credit is due. One of the best to ever lace up the sneakers, ever bounce a basketball. Um, I am on record with saying, and I know I get a lot of flack and pushback from his fan base for this, but LeBron James, all things considered, is the greatest role player of all time. No, he is not the greatest basketball player of all time. No, he is not the greatest superstar, definitely, that we've ever seen, or leader of a franchise, quote unquote. But when I say that LeBron James is the greatest role player of all time, it's because when LeBron James had another superstar on his team, he played his role to the T. You know what I mean? Just like the whole Kyrie 2016 NBA Finals run is a pure example of that. Kyrie was the closer, the primary scorer, and LeBron James was the primary role player guy, the do it all guy. Um, but he has come out and made a statement of saying that he feels like this year. I'm paraphrasing a bit, but he feels like this year will be the year he gets ring 5. After also stating that Anthony Davis will be the primary um, go-to option guy, I guess, go-to guy of the Lakers now, the number one option in the offense. We'll see, because like I said in my last video covering that particular subject, we've heard LeBron say that before. But this is a message that I'm making specifically to my Lakers fans, that this dude is constantly showing y'all he is about himself and not about the organization. Now, I know a lot of Lakers fans have already peeped game. They seeing how this dude moves. They really can't wait till he leaves. And I've got some real Lakers fans in my peer group. Shout out to y'all, man, because that's real right there. They don't mind him there. They don't mind championships being brought to the organization, but they will never revere LeBron James like they revere the other Lakers greats. I'm also on record with saying I feel like Derek Fisher is a better all-time Laker, or is a greater all-time Laker than LeBron James. I'm sorry, Derek Fisher has way more iconic moments and has contributed more to that franchise than LeBron James has. But just my commentary on this whole Ring 5 load, essentially, is that LeBron needs to cut it out, man. We need to cut it out. It's a shame that it's taking him 21 years to accumulate the body of work that he's had. When you've had greats come and go, like Larry Bird, Magic Johnson, Michael Jordan, who did not play as long and have impact on the game to this day, 30 years after they last dribbled a basketball. And this is the mark of a truly great player. It is not the longevity. It is not the numbers per se. We do not marvel at Magic Johnson because of his numbers. Although to this day, I believe, if he's not, I think Mark Jackson is the number one assist leader. But, we know that Magic Johnson has racked up some numbers on the assist board. I think his career assist average is like 11 assists a game. I think. No, don't quote me on that. But just, we can go through Magic Johnson's stats and be marveled at that. But that's not why we revere Magic Johnson. We revere Magic Johnson because while he was here, he made an impact on the game that was everlasting. And didn't take him 2 decades to do that. All right? Let's just put that out there as well. When you talking about impact on the game, that's not a longevity stat per se. Now, like I say, LeBron James is one of the best to do it. When LeBron James was playing his role, he played it to the T. So I'm not taking away from him on that one. But LeBron James' impact on the game, I feel like, and this is just my opinion, has not really been felt like that. And if you really want to say his impact has been felt, you would have to concede that it's been somewhat negative because LeBron James has preached the player empowerment, sermon for the last 10, 15 years. And it has totally destroyed the parity of the NBA. So, if you want to go with the, LeBron James impact was that, then you got to take the good with the bad. But I don't see how he gets ring 5. There's no way, no how. I see how he gets ring 5. AD is a walking piece of glass, so if he's going to be your top option, and I'm not hoping for this at all. God, forgive me for even thinking like that. But the only way you win in a championship with AD as the primary option is if he gets a pandemic in the middle of the season. And Lord knows I ain't wishing for that. I ain't hoping for that at all. And especially just for the sake of a Lakers championship. Screw that. But we've seen that's the only time AD has been the number one option in a championship run. Is when he had a 3-month layover in between. So would he had been able to duplicate that success minus 2020 pandemic? That's one of the greatest what ifs in NBA history right now. We got to go with what happened. They did win the championship with AD being the primary scoring option. So, the success can be duplicated, but like I say, history has shown us that AD is when he is the primary option, he doesn't stay on his feet very long, and you need a healthy superstar to be available for at least at least 70 games of the season, so you can maintain some continuity, maintain some chemistry with the team, because people don't understand as well all those different lineups. When the Lakers was making all those lineup changes and trading and all that kind of stuff, that was the detriment of the team. It was to their detriment that they lost all that chemistry. And so they was running around looking crazy in the middle of the season trying to make all this huge trade because they couldn't establish the chemistry on the team. You know what I mean? So there's a lot more problems to the Lakers, man. And I'm over here breaking it down thing by thing. This was not my intention. As I wanted to just kind of comment towards what LeBron James was saying. I don't see him getting his 5th ring. Even with the referee help last season, calling all them calls, getting them a bunch of free throws and all that stuff. And it didn't just start, I know I complain about that, but it didn't start in the playoffs. It was glaring in the playoffs against the Grizzlies and the Warriors, namely. And they tried to pull it off versus the Nuggets, but the Nuggets was just too good of a team to allow free throws to beat them nonetheless. Even with the referee's help, even with Adam Silver making sure that the Lakers got into the postseason last season, it wasn't enough to get LeBron James over the hump. So we'll see what happens this season with AD as the primary option. In the full season, Darvin Ham also made a statement of him wanting AD to shoot more threes and this, that, and the third in the offense. So, I'm all up for it. I'm up for it. I'm up to see what they're going to do and what the end result is going to look like, or what the product, period, is going to look like. What will the Lakers look like during this season? You know what I mean? I'm curious. I'm not going to talk down on them. But I'm also not going to go overboard like the media is doing, saying that they some kind of championship ready team. Championship ready teams don't get swept out of the playoffs at all. You know what I mean? Let's just put it out there. When you have a championship ready team, you don't have to necessarily win a championship every time. Let's put it out there as well. You know what I mean? You can have a contending team, say like the Boston Celtics, the Milwaukee Bucks. They've had a contending team for years now. Don't mean you got to win a championship every year with that contending team. What it does mean is that you should be competitive in every game, and you definitely should be showcasing why you're a competitive team or a championship contending team. I will say that. You gotta have, you gotta put something on the board that convinces us. In season in and season out, the Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown version of the Boston Celtics have not won a championship, but season in and season out, they've given us enough. They've shown enough on the during their defeats, if you will, to give us confidence and hope for the very next season. Because they at least went out on their sword. To say, you know what I mean? They drove the Heat to 7 games, last season. Before that, drove legendary Curry to 6 games after sweeping KD and Kyrie and getting past Giannis. So that's the point I'm making. When you're a championship team, there's going to be things that we see that says, okay, they're a championship team still, although they didn't win a championship. The Lakers were swept, guys. AD did not look like a number one option during that Denver Nuggets series. He did in spurts and in like plays, but the Denver Nuggets were able to offset that, with some good defense, some schematics, and pretty much wore them out with Joker, so it's gonna be interesting to see. Like I say, I'm got my front seat to the show. So that's all I got for y'all. Y'all please like, comment, share, subscribe. Please hit the notification bell as well, so you can be notified when I'm dropping content on the channel. I thank y'all for the love and support. Love y'all. You know my slogan. Y'all are the bosses. I want my work to be excellent and approved. So let me get back to work, man. Have a blessed day. Peace.